Hello and welcome. Today I received some very cute palettes from Roman Szmal. I ordered 3 empty palettes and one with the urban sketching colors, and it comes with 8 watercolors. And I thought it would be nice to swatch this palette out. I don't have any half pens from Roman Szmal, but I do have all of the full pens, so let's open. I have to say the packaging is so cute. Like even the artist name is also on the box. I don't know if it's visible. Is it focusing? I think it is. So that's a very nice touch. It's a mini metal box. I'm also going to compare it to a bijou box and a standard 24 half pen palette. It has 2 mixing wells. And I like the fact that you can remove this compartment, which is really cool. So this is the apricot color. Right. Or orange. Then we have the blue metal box. I like the fact that these palettes or the empty metal boxes don't have any plastic and it's easy to open up. Like a powder blue color, a baby blue. Oh. Well, this one is missing the insert. Okay. Hasn't happened to me before. I don't think this will. This is the gold one. I also cut myself while opening up the package. The gold one is quite interesting. This one does come with an insert. So yeah, with extra mixing wells at the bottom, and you might be able, and you can just stick the watercolor pens to the bottom of the plate instead of in here. And then we have the Urban Sketches palette with a beautiful artwork by Justania. Well, here is her name with the Instagram handle. And it comes with these 8 colors. I ordered from a Polish art supply store. And they were pretty quick when it came to shipping. And I think now it's sold at Art Miranda as well. So I will link that down below. But from the art supply store that I ordered from, I also got a free full pen of Venetian Yellow Earth, which is quite cool. I've removed the plastic from this palette. I do hope this one does come with colors. Oh, this one doesn't have a swatch card. It's very compact, I have to say. I think you can fit... Are you able to fit like another half pen? Let me check. Is it easier to remove the insert and just... Oops. I wonder, are these labeled? No. The half pens aren't labeled at all, so you have to use this as a guide. I think it's interesting that they added an orange, Aquarius orange, instead of a warm red. Overall, this is a pretty warm color palette. Let me. No, it won't fit an extra half pan. No. Let me see, can I fit in? Oh! 16 half pans. I might try that with the one that came without an insert. After the swatches, we're going to compare the palette size to other watercolor palettes that I have. That are a little bit more standard. Nickel SO Gold. Aquarius Orange. Quinacridone Red. It's a pinky leaning red, but not as obvious as a magenta. I was this close to ordering another urban sketching palette from Roman Szmal, but I was like, nope, you don't need it. You really don't need it. So I stopped myself, because I do find Roman Szmal to be really affordable. Then we have Cobalt Sea Blue, which is a beautiful cobalt color, a cobalt teal color. I have to say, this is a pretty expensive palette when it comes to pigment. So it's not what do you call it? All series 1 or series 2. There are more series 3 colors in this set. This is the beautiful autumn green. It's one of my favorite greens. Then we have Shadow Violet, like an interesting neutral color. And Burnt Sienna Brownish. So I'm gonna add 2 more colors to this palette. So to balance this palette out, I wanna add a lemon yellow. This one looks a little bit disgusting, but it doesn't matter. I'm really glad that Roman Szmal is selling empty palettes, because not everyone likes to use honey-based watercolors. And magenta. And if I really wanted to add another color, it'd probably be a phthalo blue. I'm kind of curious if I can add, like, I'm now wondering if I can squeeze in, oh, that would fit. Like a row of 2 full pans and a half pan. So I might squeeze in a cool blue. We'll see. But for now, this would round out this palette really, really well. Like a bright primary yellow. And a magenta. So we'll put the swatches to the side for a bit while we compare the palette size to other palettes. Mainly, we'll put this palette also to the side. But look how pretty the colors are. Maybe the gold is not really my style, but it's also this color is the most expensive by a few euros, and this palette ranges for like 7 euros, I thought, 7.60 €, and this is around 9 euros. And this is like my favorite color, like a peachy apricot color. I love these palettes already. I haven't even used these palettes, but I'm already liking them. Okay, this is the Schminke. So this is the Schminke Bijou palette. And it's really similar when it comes to, what do you call it? To the size. The square size. I don't know what the word it is. It has a very similar size to the Bijou palette. But the Bijou palette is thinner than the Roman Szmal palette, but the Roman Szmal palette has a lot more mixing space, and you can fit in full-size watercolor pens, while the Bijou palette only fits half pens. So this is like a great little compact palette. So I'm really glad that I didn't see this palette like last year during Urban Sketching in Buenos Aires, I think. During the Urban Sketching Symposium, which is held every year in a different country. Because I would be... These palettes are so cute. I can't with it. This is my current travel palette that I love to use and take around with me. I haven't used this palette in a little while because I didn't take my painting supplies out, but I might want to start doing that. I'm just way too shy to paint outside. But yeah, this palette has really served me well, and it's still serving me well. It's like, it's not half the size, but 3/4. And it has the same thickness. So I think this does. So this is really a mini palette. I think I'm just going to keep this palette without the insert. I have magnetized all my Roman Szmal watercolor full pen, so I think I'm just going to use this like an empty palette for my Roman Szmal and just... Oh, let me check. So this is like my Hannemüller watercolor sketchbook. And I would like... Oh! So, it really... You know what? I'm not mad about it. This is, by the way, the Hannemüller sketchbook 14 by 14. So square sketchbook. But it's so lightweight that it sticks to the magnet. Wow. You know what? Since I'm filming anyway, I'm gonna fill this palette with full pens and see how well it sticks. Let me check. Let me see what fits better. Maybe sideways. Now it fits. Now it will fit a similar amount, so 8. 8 full pens. Oh, it's out of... Well... It's a little heavy, I have to say, but not too heavy. Oh my gosh. This is like a great portable sketching setup, if I say so. I don't have that much experience with sitting outside and painting. My experience is taking my painting supplies with me to another house and paint over there. And then take the painting supplies back to my place. Not painting outside, but I have to say this is a pretty strong magnet. And I'm not mad about it. This might be like a really easy way to paint while I'm sitting on the couch watching a movie. I might need to do that. And this one I just ordered from AliExpress one day. And I think you can use any magnetized clamp. I would say these types of palettes are also very portable, which I think it's close to this size. And I just put some watercolors in this palette. And instead of magnetizing, I think this one would magnetize because it has like a plate underneath. Let me check. Not strong enough. But if you would have like a stronger or a bigger clamp, you can also use like a plastic palette and paint that way. But personally, I love these types of palettes. Like something new and something interesting, because I'm a palette collector or palette hoarder, whatever the name is. But they look so cute. And I might play with this color selection. So again, I really like the fact that this release came with a filled palette and also with an empty version of this palette, because not everyone would fit a Roman Szmal watercolor. Not everyone would love using a Roman Szmal watercolor palette because it does get sticky, and I don't know if you can see how gross my yellow can get, but I haven't seen any dust particles stick to my artwork. But I get if you live in a very, very humid climate, that Roman Szmal isn't the right watercolor bed, isn't the right fit for you. But being able to get an empty palette of this size for a pretty affordable, which I would say for what I think a great price, because these can be pretty expensive, a bijou palette. Oh, I also have another palette, which is horrible. You can hear me opening it up. I watched an art supply haul from Sonia, so I got influenced to get an empty palette from Rosa, which is another different. I think this one is also sold on Art Miranda, so I'm gonna link. So if I find it on Art Miranda, I'm gonna link it down below. But this is also an interesting shape of a palette, like 12 half pan / 6 full pan palette. This is the same, and it has more mixing wells, so it's split in 3 instead of 2. And you also have an insert for the middle, so you know for sure that you can fit in at least 21 half pans instead of squeezing in what I did with this one. And it has some really nice blue shade, but I haven't, as you can see, I haven't used this palette yet. As you can see, palette hoarder in me. I should stop, but I can't. It's too late for me. and it's helpful for you to see different palettes compared to each other. I also have a whiskey palette, which I don't feel like getting. But the whiskey palette is thicker, but the same size as a bijou palette when it comes to overall width and length. Just the thickness is different because it has a water tank underneath. But yeah, cute palettes overall. See, an assortment of cute palettes. So here's an overview of the 4 colors that this palette comes in. And the two different types of packaging. I really like what Roman Szmal did with the packaging style of these palettes. So here are the swatches from the mini watercolor set with the two additional colors. I like this color selection. It's a little bit different than usual. If you had to pick one set, which one would you pick? Let me know down below. Like I said, I would probably go with this palette. The gold one is pretty interesting. It's not my favorite. I don't know why. But these pastel colors are gorgeous. I'm probably gonna paint with this palette tonight. Just clip it to my board and start painting. I'm getting back into painting portraits again. Also sketching. I'm trying to learn different angles of the face. The nose is so difficult. It keeps getting me. Even though I do a separate page with just noses when it comes to the face. Somehow, I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I definitely hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye YouTube!